Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. You know me, know the voice, know the guy. It's me, really real, villain real. It's a raw from Virginia here at your service. All right. Had a good weekend. Nice 2-1. 2-1 day over weekend. Not just day. It was multiple days over the weekend, but 2-1 day. I came back on Saturday. So the 76ers did not cash for me on Friday, and the Raptors got the win outright. And I told you, I am 100% positive this Raptors team is not good. Like, I'm really, really certain I'm completely out on the Raptors. I am I completely think that this Raptors team is no good. And so I faded them yet again and went back to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Late 10.5. They got the win by 11. I sorry to everybody who might have tailed and they got a later number of 13.5 or something like that didn't cash, but uh sometimes we gotta get in and play these lines early. We have to play these lines early. And so unfortunately, I hate that this episode is a little bit of a later episode. Did some traveling and just now really getting home and grinding out, a lot of the legwork I do for the NBA to figure out some of these bets. And I have three that I'm gonna give out to you today. And so that's what happened over the weekend. I took Timberwolves over 10, not over, Timberwolves laying 10.5. Then I came back the next day and I took OKC over 19.5 on their team total because they were going up against the Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks have not played defense. It doesn't seem like ever, but it's been a long time since the Atlanta Hawks have been a defensive team. And so OKC, slow start to the game. 23-point first quarter, then they absolutely turned it on and never looked back. 34, 32, 39, just completely destroying them. SGA had 35. Very, very good OKC team. Shout out to who was it? Was it who was it? I'm not gonna. I don't have it pulled up right now. I'm not gonna call you out, but somebody jumped the gun and said this OKC team wasn't good. Appreciate that reverse jinx that you gave us right there. I wish that he did it for Steph because ended up taking Steph over 24.5 points, and Steph got hurt. I think there's actually a very, very real if you're some anti-Steph backer, and I think you have a very, very good point of Steph just can't stay healthy, man. And this ankle just continues to be a thing every season. And you just have oh my gosh. He has he was 6 for 11 from three. Like mm, that one's annoying. That one was definitely annoying not to get Steph over 24.5. I should have took the threes. Next time I'm gonna take the threes. All right. Well, three plays for you today. Got a player prop, two sides. A lot of things to talk about here. But before we do, I just have to say, guys, I am so disappointed. I am really disappointed. We have one review for the month of October. Are you not interested in a free Alonzo Mourning signed jersey? Are you not interested at all? Matter of fact, forget forget the jersey. Are you not interested in me enough to be able to go and do the review for 2 seconds? One person has I mean, if you would like a free jersey, these are going to be some of your best odds ever to get it. Cuz as of right now, this one person is going to run away with this jersey. They're 100% going to do it. It takes 2 seconds. Go to bettingpros.com/fast and you can do a review. It will take you to Apple Podcasts and you can do a review just like that. You can do a review on Spotify as well, wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple, on Spotify. If you listen on YouTube, trust me, you can just go over to one of those apps and be able to do the review too. Go take the opportunity, get you a signed jersey. These are the great odds right now because I'm telling you, I was shocked. Shocked. I just knew we were better than one. I didn't know what number he was going to say, but I thought it was definitely going to be more than one. One? Oh man, guys, I need some help. Please. You making me look bad in front of my bosses. You making me look bad. I need your help. Please, 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 please. Just head over. Drop a review. Drop a review. Can I get double? Can I at least get double than one? Two. Two. That's all I two. Can I get two reviews? Can we double where I'm at now? Oh man, just one? One. Come on, guys, help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Y'all like me? Y'all rock with me? Maybe, kind of, sort of, a little bit. Help me out. Bettingpros.com/fast. Just like that. Super quick. Bettingpros.com/fast. I promise you it's going to take 2 seconds. All right. You want to know what's also going to take you 2 seconds? The prop bet analyzer and the prop bet cheat sheet makes it super, super easy and quick to just go over there and get quick plays because I told you I was doing a lot of traveling. And so I was trying to rush through my process because I'm trying to get to bed. I've been moving, been flying all day, all of that. So now I go and I'm like, oh, I need to play for the day. I need to play for the day. What's something I like? And it's such a big slate, so many options to choose from that I'm just like, my mind kind of goes blank for a little bit because I'm like, man, I need a really good prop bet cheat sheet. Super easy. Go down there, and that's the place where you can start and figure out, hey, on the Betting Pros app, make sure you get that Betting Pros app. You can figure out, hey, let's start here. Let's see what props we like, and then let's build a sheet from there. So I clicked on and I saw one that stuck out immediately. Daniel Gafford for the Dallas Mavericks is playing the Utah Jazz. Gafford's points and rebounds line is at 13 and a half. Prop bet cheat sheet says that this is a great line. In fact, Betting Pros has Daniel Gafford projected to go over this line 17 points and rebounds. That's a cover. That's over by 3.5 points and rebounds. They have a cover probability of 40, not 40, I'm sorry, 74%. Wow, look at me being tired and reading that backwards. 74% cover probability there. Technically, he is 1-1 to his prop this season, but guess what? When you go and you slide down the prop bet analyzer from the prop bet cheat sheet, you can see here that yes, he did the only go 1 of 2 this season. However, he had 15 points and rebounds exact in both games. It's just that the first game against San Antonio Spurs, he was projected to go over 15 and a half. So he technically went under. Second game, they dropped it all the way down to 12 and a half. He went over. He had 15 in both games. This line here is now 13 and a half, a line that he went over in 10 of his last 15 games this season. I think that this is a great spot. A great spot. Even if you look in go even deeper into the prop bet analyzer. Look, it's super duper easy. Like, look how easy and quick I'm getting you guys a play that I just love like that. Because now look at last 3 games against the Utah Jazz. He has gone over. He ended up getting 22 against them in one game, ended up getting 31 against them in another game, ended up getting 24 against them in another game. He's been really, really good. He's been soaring over these numbers against the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz have a little bit of a depth problem inside of the paint. They have been giving up. They are 21st in the NBA. I'm sorry. They're 21st in the NBA in terms of opponent points inside the paint. This is a very good situation that I like for Gafford, especially playing a lot of two-man pick and roll with Luca and Kyrie, being able to cut to the basket, being able to score on the inside. He's done it multiple times. This is way too low. This is way too low. 13 and a half feels like a bargain. So yes, Play number one is going to be Daniel Gafford over 13.5 points and rebounds. Thank you again to the prop bet cheat sheet for that one. Play number two, let's go ahead and get out of the way, people. I know you're thinking about it. You got to be thinking about it. You got to be questioning, man, is this guy who's just been absolutely trashing the Raptors all year going to fade the Raptors yet again? Yes, 100%. Because we have an 0-2 Denver Nuggets team on the road traveling to Toronto. Toronto is 1-2. Nuggets are opened up at 7.5. They are now laying 8.5. 218.5 is the total. Guys, I swear to you, this Toronto Raptors team isn't good. I swear to you, they're not good, man. I know it, and I think that a very, very poor performance by Philadelphia gave them slightly better stock that they're not one of the worst teams in the league. But I really think Toronto should probably be catching double digits every single time. And if they're not catching double digits, I'm very, very tempted to immediately lay whatever number is put out there for them. And so we have a Denver Nuggets team where I don't trust Toronto inside the paint. I think Jokic is going to absolutely destroy them because they have nobody that's going to be able to match up with them. Jakob Poeltl, or like nobody's going to be able to match up with them. So I think Jokic is going to have a very, very good game against the Raptors. He's had good games against the Raptors in the past as well. And there's no OG this go around. OG was a willing and pretty solid defender against Jokic in the past on some of those Raptor squads. So I think that you're still going to have issues on that end of the ball for the Raptors. And then offensively, they're going to have to find a way to score on this Denver Nuggets defense. And this defense has been pretty solid in the first two games of the season. First game of the season, I know that they didn't have any offense at all whatsoever against uh the who was it? The Thunder, who are a good defense. I know they didn't have any offense at all in the first game of the season, but they held the Thunder to 102. Did the Thunder call the dogs off? Stop trying. Maybe you could say whatever. 102 is 102. Then they come back again, another loss, a Clippers team that's playing really, really good basketball right now, and they held them to 109 points. I I don't think the Raptors are going to be able to score consistently. I think this is going to be a horrible shooting day for a lot of the players on this Raptors squad. I think that Russ coming off the bench, if there was ever a game for Russ to look like Russ and to be really, really good and not be 0 for 8 like he was against the Clippers, it would be this game where there's not a lot of resistance around the rim for the Raptors. They don't play that well of defense, so he can get some very, very easy looks at the basket, can get to the free throw line. I think Russ is going to have a good game off the bench. I think a lot of these scoring options are going to be able to score on this Raptors team. And this is just the Nuggets getting tired of losing their first couple of games at home this season. They were such a good home team last year and in previous seasons. Now they go on the road pissed off and they see this trash Raptors team and just destroy them. Give me the Nuggets, get it done over the Toronto Raptors. That laying 8.5. That is play number two. Play number three, close us out, is the Miami Heat are welcoming the Detroit Pistons into Miami. Miami is laying 7.5. Shop around actually, because I just saw 8.5. So might see an 8.5 still out there. I'm gonna go ahead and give it out 7.5. That's more prominent, but that I do see an 8.5 out there. Uh so I mean, if you know me, you know I love fading the Miami Heat as large favorites. This is it's just not a good spot for them. They haven't historically been good at favorites as at home. They're actually historically, I believe, what are we at? 46%. Yeah, 46% as favorites at home. I can go down the long laundry list and I will. And I will, honestly, because this team is pretty bad when they're laying this amount of points. And then we have a Detroit team who, hey, Detroit is 0-3 this year. They played three playoff teams: Indiana, Cleveland, Boston. I think when, at least in my perception, At the end, when I finished watching those games, I'm like, "Oh, Detroit is, like, right there." They're right there. I really like what JB Bickerstaff has done in turning this team around. Kate Cunningham is playing like a man possessed right now and looks really, really good with the basketball. The offense looks better and they're able to flow and they're competing in the games. Like they're actually competing in the games. And so this isn't the same Pistons team. I understand they're 0-3. This is not the same Pistons team. I think that this is a better Pistons team. This is a Miami team that I don't really have a good pulse on. Yeah, they handled business against the Charlotte Hornets, but I think that game was a little bit more competitive than it needed to be. And they absolutely got pushed out the gym by the Orlando Magic earlier this season. So I don't know how good Miami is. Is Miami good enough to be laying 7.5 here when they're already not good as home favorites or favorites in any, capacity? Yeah, Miami laid covered the number last game, but you didn't feel good about that. You didn't feel good about it. I think this is a spot where Detroit comes back into Miami and they do what they've done against Miami very well against Miami in the past games, and that's covering the number. Like this team covers the number against Miami. In fact, if you look at the last 5 games, Miami is 1-4 against the Detroit Pistons as a favorite. They didn't cover 14. They didn't cover 9.5. They didn't cover 11. They didn't well, they did cover 7.5, ironically, and they didn't cover 5.5. They have been really, really bad towards this team in covering because they're not good as home favorites, and they're always going to be laying points, a pretty significant number against the Detroit Pistons. I think this is a very, very good spot. We catch Miami slipping. I think Detroit could be live to win this outright. I think Detroit deserves a win. They're due. They look really good in Miami. I don't know how good they are yet. I don't know. They that first game wasn't very telling as they got ran out of the gym by the Orlando Magic, and then they didn't really play. I didn't think they played that well against the Hornets either. So yeah, I'm fading Miami. I love fading Miami as home favorites, but I'm glad that I'm also get to fade them with a team that I think is a lot better this year. So I'll take the Detroit Pistons plus 7.5. Sprinkle on the money line there. Money line play is what's this money line? Plus 260. Yeah, sprinkle on the plus 260. And hey, I think the first half is a really, really good play. I know I'm going a little over on time today. I think the first half is a really, really good play. JB Bickerstaff had that first half of the for the what's the team called? The Cavaliers. The Cavs first half was going for a while, like going for a while. And so I think that this is another spot where he's just kind of coaching his players up in the first half. I believe they covered 2 of 3 first half lines this season. I don't think they covered the Boston one, but they did, or no, they might have covered the Boston one. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, 2 of 3. They didn't cover the Boston one. Okay, so very, very good. Very, very good. I like that first half play. If you do want a money line first half play or a spread first half play, I think that's very interesting as well in this game. But my official plays. Taking Detroit plus 7.5, sprinkle on the money line plus 260 there. Taking the Denver Nuggets, laying 8.5. And I'm taking Daniel Gafford over 13.5 points and rebounds. Hey guys, make sure you please give me a review. That's all I need. I need the reviews. Come on, come on, help me out, help me out, help me out. Bettingpros.com/fash. Give me a follow at reallyreal__. Give us a follow at Betting Pros at Betting Pros on X and TikTok, at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram, and youtube.com/Betting Pros. All right. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end like this. We are out of here.